Hello, so good to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading World Scripture book. This God word that inspire billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world, and will help you to just read these quotes and practice in your daily life. As we're reading this holy book from the beginning, please find all the chapters at our Message to Billion channel, and let's see what God prepared for us today. Arguing with God. Oh my God! Since we can experience God as a real person who loves and cares for human beings as his children, it is not enough to respond only with simple devotion and blind faith. Having questions we can answer, struggling by ourselves and making no headway. We stop and demand that God give us the answer. With our feet firmly planted, we take a stand, questioning the way things are and arguing that they can be better. The prophets and sages who disputed with God were neither doubters nor atheists, nor were they complainers or little faith. Rather, they dared to stand up and confront God, motivated by a burning desire for deep insight in God's truth and the experience of his presence. Abraham argued with God. He challenged God to be merciful on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Moses pleaded with God. He took the blame upon himself for the Israelites' apostasy when they made them the golden calf. Muhammad argued with God to reduce the number of obligatory prayer from 50 down to 5. Job argued with God because conventional wisdom said that his suffering must be the just punishment for his sins, yet he knew himself to be innocent. The Talmudic sages argue with God to uphold the value of human free will. In all the encounters, the prophets and sages of old show the way to relate to God with upholding their personal integrity. They argued based upon righteousness and deeply held beliefs. They stood before God with a clear conscience and took their life in their hands to change the conventional doctrine because they knew that God transcended their life, limited human teaching about him. The Lord said, because the outfit against the Sodom and Gomorrah is great and their sin is very great, I will go down to see whether they have done altogether according to the outfit which has come to me, and if not, I will know. So then man turned from there and went toward Sodom, but Abraham still stood before the Lord. Then Abraham drew near and said, will you indeed destroy the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city. Will you still destroy the place and not spare it for the 50 righteous who are in it? Far be if from you to do such a thing, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so the righteous fare as the wicked. Far be that from you. Shall not be judged of all the earth. Do right. I will take my flesh and my teeth, and put my life in my hand. Behold, we have slain me, I have no hope. Yet I will defend my ways to his face. This will be my salvation, that a godless man shall not come before him. Listen carefully to my words, and let my declaration be in thy ears. Behold, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be vindicated. Who is there that will contend with me? for then I would be silent and I only grant two things to me. Then I will not hide myself from thy face. Withdraw thy hands far from me, and let not dread of thee terrify me. Then call, I will answer, or let me speak on do thou reply to me. How many are my iniquities and my sins? Make me know my transgression and my sin. Why dost thou hide thy face and count me as thy enemy? Further, let's read quotes from the second Messiah, Father Simon. When Moses faced the truth that the Israelites had fallen away, he did not immediately chastise them. Instead, he appealed to God, blaming himself and his inadequacy. He went again up Mount Sinai and fasted for 40 days. He prayed, Father, why can't these people enter the promised land even when they see it before their eyes? Who is responsible for that? It is my responsibility. He appealed to God to take him as an offering and turn aside from destroying his people. If you work at witnessing 10 hours a day and cannot find even one receptive person, then try working 15 hours a day. If you still cannot find someone, then double your investment to 20 hours. If that still does not work, add 4 more hours and work 24 hours a day. If that still does not work, call on God seriously, saying, Father, shouldn't thou be help me? This work is thy will as well as mine. Thou didst promise that if I ask, I shall receive, and if I seek, I shall find, and if I knock, it shall be opened. Didn't Adam and Eve betray God? To restore that history throughout indemnity, you should ask God to betray you. Make such a determination and declare, God, you can say to me, I do not know you. Although you do not recognize me, I will fulfill the duty of a filial child up to the last moment of the struggle. I will not deviate from this course. In the late Middle Ages, man's original mind was represented its free development blocked by the social environment of feudalism and the secularism and corruption of the Roman Church. Faith is the path each person must walk in search of God. Faith should be nurtured through a direct vertical relation between God and each individual. Yet in that age, the papacy and the clergy, with their rituals and dogmas, constrained the people's devotional life. According to the principle of creation, we are created to attain perfectly by fulfilling our given responsibility of our own free will without God's direct assistance. We are then to attain oneness with God and acquire true autonomy. Therefore, it is the calling of our original nature to pursue freedom and autonomy. Believers protested the medieval view of that faith required unquestioning obedience to the dictates of the church in all areas of life, which denied them the right to worship God according to the dictates of the consist base and their own reading of the Bible. They also questioned the otherworldly and ascetic monastic ideal, which devaluated the natural world. Science and the practical affairs of life. Out of this grievance, many medieval Christians called for the revival of the spirit of early Christianity, when believers zealously lived for the will of God, guided by the word of Jesus and the apostles. This medieval movement exploded in the Protestant Reformation. Those believers who receive divine inspiration through prayers are able to grasp spiritually the providence of the new age, even though this may put them at odds with the doctrine of the old age. They will still respond to the prompting of the Spirit and follow the calling of the new providence. Among the disciples of Jesus, there was no one who was overly attached to the Old Testament scripture. Rather, they all responded to the spiritual experiences which they could sense through their inner minds. In the last days, people who lead an ardent life of prayer or who live by their conscience will feel intense anxiety in their hearts. This is because in their hearts they vaguely sense spiritual calling and want to follow the providence of the new age, yet they have not come in contact with the new truth which can guide them to act accordingly. So powerful quotes. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video, share this video as we end this video on Happy Life Subscribers Marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and become a member of this Heavenly Parents Holy community globally. All the contacts are below. Yes, subscribe and share, and stay happy, healthy in this difficult time. And see you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. And push on now the suggestions. Our playlist. Turn on and listen these God's words all the day. All the best. Bye bye. Yours, Nikolai.